ויעשה משה את ישראל מים סוף ויצאו במדבר שוב ויחו 3 ימים במדבר ולא מצאו מים בני ישראל go and they're wandering in the wilderness, in the desert, and they're going for 3 days. They don't find any water. ויבואו מרתה, they go to a place called Marah. ולא יכלו לשתות מים ממרah כי מרים להם. They couldn't drink water in Marah because the water were very bitter. על כן קרא שם המרah. That's why they call the place Marah. וילונו העם משה לאמור, מה נשתה? So of course, Bnei Yisrael come, tell Moshe Rabbeinu, who's their spiritual leader, to their guide, and they say, Moshe Rabbeinu, what are we supposed to drink? Vayitzak el Adonai. Moshe Rabbeinu comes and he screams to Borei Olam. Vayoreu Adonai et. Borei Olam comes and he shows him a branch, a piece of wood. Vayashlech al hamayim vayivtiku hamayim. He takes this branch, he throws it into the water, and the waters become sweetened. Sham sam lo chok u'mishpat b'shem Yisrael. That's where Borei Olam came. He placed him a law. And that's where we tested him. Vayomer, and he said, Im shamot tishma lekol Elohecha. He comes to Moshe Rabbeinu and says, listen, if you come and you listen to Borei Olam, ve'ashar ben avtaseh, you do what's right, what's straight in Borei Olam's eyes, ve'azantal mitzvotav, you listen, you hearken to his commandments, ve'shamata kol chukav, you come and you safeguard all his laws, kol ha'machala shesamti b'mitzrayim, all the ailments, all the sicknesses, all the diseases, all the makot that I place in Egypt, lo asim alecha. I'm not going to place on you. Ki ani Adonai rofecha. Because I am Borei Olam, your doctor. So I have a couple of questions. We always begin our class with questions. Everybody ready? Listen to these questions. Question number 1. What is the connection between throwing the wood into the water and sweetening those waters and the fact that God is our doctor? He's our physician. That's question number 1. Question number 2. Ve'azatal mitzvotav. Im shamot tishma lekol Elohecha. If you listen to Borei Olam. What do you mean by listening to the voice of Borei Olam? Lekol Elohecha. Listening to God's voice. How do you listen to God's voice? And of course, question number 3. What's the lesson for me? Why am I here today? Besides for the quadruple helping of food. Leila, how are you? Everything okay?
Yeah.
Very good?
I'm in the zone.
I like the hat. Can I get a hat like that?
No problem.
Please don't give me a hat like that. Ready? Here we go. Let's get started. It's a nice hat. Just keep it for you. Okay. Comes Borei Olam. Bnei Yisrael are suffering. There's no water to drink. The waters are not sweet. Everything they taste is bitter. It's horrible. By the way, I don't know if anybody here, when you go to different places, you taste the water, it tastes very differently. In our shul over here, last week we had a water urn. And the water urn tasted like metal. I don't know why. Everything you would tell you put it in, right? And it tastes like metal. Someone told me it tastes like soap. Okay? Yes, metallic soap. It tastes like metal. And every time you would come and pour a cup of water, so I told the lady, please do me a favor. There's a certain way that you clean it that it don't taste like metal anymore. So she came, she cleaned it, and it broke. We have a new one now. Okay? But guess what? The new one don't taste like metal. So imagine everything you taste has a horrible, horrible taste. They come to Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu says, please, Borei Olam, what am I supposed to do? God says, look, there's a piece of wood over there. A twig, a branch. That twig, that branch is bitter. Take the bitter branch and throw it into the bitter water, and it's going to turn sweet. 1 second. What are you talking about? How does that make any sense? Chemically, it makes absolutely no sense. You take something bitter, you throw it into something bitter, it becomes sweet. I don't understand. But Borei Olam says, listen, trust me. I know what I'm talking about. I created the world. I made those waters bitter. I made the twig bitter. I know the properties of those elements. And I know that if you throw it in, I can make it sweet. Moshe Rabbeinu asks no questions. He has no doubts. There's no problems. He comes, he takes a twig, he throws it into the water, and presto, the water becomes drinkable. It becomes sweet. And Borei Olam turns to Moshe Rabbeinu and says, listen, if you listen to what I say, if you have no questions, if you have no doubts, if you don't second guess me, and you do everything that I tell you, you will have no ailments. You will have no sickness. You will have no suffering. Why? Ki ani Adonai rofecha. I am your doctor. I created the ailments. I created the antibiotics. I know how to remedy all sicknesses. I am God, your doctor. Now I want to tell you something. The other day, I wasn't feeling well. I think I had strep throat. Okay? I had strep throat, either that or I screamed at my wife a little too much. Anyway, but I called the doctor and I said, excuse me, I'd like to have an appointment with a doctor. So the secretary says, I'm sorry, this is just a service. I said, what do you mean a service? So the doctor's not in? I said, the doctor's not in? What are you talking about? What do you mean the doctor's not in? He said, I don't know, I'm just a service. I'll have the office call you back. I said, okay, please, my number is, well, it's none of your business what my number is, but okay, and they call back. So they call me back and I said, hello, they said, how are you doing? This is the doctor's office, can I help you? I said, yes, I'd like to make an appointment. My throat is hurting. So she says, I'm sorry, the doctor's away. The doctor's away? What do you mean the doctor's away? Doctor's away for 2 weeks. So I tell the lady, okay, I'm very sorry. She goes, you're sorry, why? I said, no, I didn't know. I'm just going to tell the strep throat to come back in 2 weeks. I said, what does that mean? I need a doctor today. How many times do we want a physician? Now, by the way, doctors are great. And I think they're all wonderful and they deserve their vacations. They deserve their rest. They help so much. It's unbelievable. But Borei Olam is your physician. Borei Olam never goes on vacation. Borei Olam doesn't need the respite. He doesn't need the relaxation. Borei Olam is around there. Our physician, our doctor, our therapist is around at all times, all the time, with the remedy for everything. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. Listening to Borei Olam in an I'm not even know what that word is, unadulterated fashion, without any questions, without any sefekot, without any doubts, listening to Borei Olam and listening to our doctor. And if we do that, then we'll never have any problems. Because the God, the master of the universe, the one who created the elements, he also can give us those remedies. He can give us the antibiotics. He can give us the antidotes. In fact, I want you to hear this beautiful Sefer Midot. Says Rav Nachman from Breslov, a wonderful thing. Listen to what he says. He says, every single herb, every single branch, every single piece of grass, a strand of grass, every plant has the ability to cure one sickness. Now, we don't know exactly which herbs cure which sicknesses. That we don't know. We're not privy to that information. But every single herb, grass, plant, has the ability to cure one sickness. That's only for someone who doesn't believe fully in Borei Olam. But if that's a person who goes and denigrates people, so you need that medicine. You need those herbs. You need that natural remedy. A person who really believes in Borei Olam, you have full trust, full bitachon in Borei Olam. You don't mock God's children. And if your remedies, your cures, are not dependent on any medicine. Anything you can eat, anything you drink, anything you ingest, anything you consume, it's going to give you the same therapeutic results. Unbelievable. And it's possible that that's exactly what happened with Moshe Rabbeinu. What did Moshe Rabbeinu do? He came and he took a twig, he took a branch. That branch, who knows what it's going to cure? God says, doesn't matter. You have emunah on me? Take any branch that you want, throw it into the water, and watch what happens to that water. Look how sweet the result is going to be. Unbelievable. That's what it means to believe in God, because when you believe in God, it doesn't matter what medicine you're going to take. The cure is quick to come. Could you imagine a person has cholesterol? Okay? Anyone here have cholesterol? Okay? Now, by the way, there's a whole thing. They tell you that if you have cholesterol, you eat Cheerios. Anyone hear that? No? Deborah, come on. You never heard about that? You did hear about it? Shalaya. Okay? And you did hear about it? Cheerios is like a sponge? Could you go home? No, I'm just joking. Wait 1 second. Hold on a second. But imagine a person who has emunah shelema, and he believes that the remedy doesn't come from the Cheerios. The antidote is not from the cereal. It's not because it's spongy. But he realizes that the cure comes only from God Almighty. Such a person, to cure cholesterol, could eat fried chicken. Could you imagine? Fried chicken, that hurts cholesterol. That raises your cholesterol level. But not if you believe in Borei Olam. Not if you believe in Hashem Yitbarach. Not if you understand who the real doctor is. Not if you understand who's really filling out the prescription. Not if you understand who's really curing you. Because if you do, anything that you're going to do is going to be conducive, productive, and lead to an ultimate remedy. And that's really what I want to talk about tonight. But the problem is that many times we don't realize that we have problems. Many times we don't realize that we're in certain, a doldrumic state. We don't realize how bad things are. Says the Chida, an unbelievable thing. Says, imagine sometimes a guy goes to the doctor, and the guy thinks he's perfectly fine. Doctor tells him, you have certain problems. I know a guy who came to me, told me his blood pressure is so high. He can't have salt. I said, salt, that's not your problem. Stay away from your mother-in-law. Your blood pressure will go right down. Right? But he had no idea he had high blood pressure until he went to the doctor. And he says, I don't have high blood pressure. I said, honey, your doctor's telling you, you got to go and lower your blood pressure. He goes, I don't believe it. I feel fine. And there are many people who walk around without trusting the doctor. And the same thing happens. Many times we walk around and we don't trust God. And Borei Olam is saying, I'm telling you, you could have a much better life. You could have a life of happiness, a life of felicity, a life of joy, a life of glee, stress-free. All you got to do is follow my regimen, follow my diet, follow my program. And you're going to see your life is going to be wonderful, unbelievable, stress-free. And we say, what are you talking about? I have no problems. There were many people who did not want to leave Egypt. They didn't want to leave Egypt. 4/5 of the Jewish people thought that their life was just fine, living in the midst of the impurity, the abyss of Egyptian culture. But they didn't realize God is saying, I'm telling you, life is so much better if you follow me, if you come out with me, if I show you where you're going to go. Just believe me, listen to me, trust me. But if we don't do that, and we think that our life is just fine and dandy, we don't realize how sick we really are. So tonight, Be'ezrat Hashem, I'd like to talk a little bit about this concept of listening to God. Because what does it mean to listen to Borei Olam? How do we go and follow our doctor? What does it mean? I want to go to my doctor. Borei Olam, I said, he's around all the time. The doctor is in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whenever you need Borei Olam, he's always around. But how do I listen to him? How do I know what God wants for me? So, I'm going to skip a source over here, and I want to focus on the Pituchei Chotam. Comes, and he says, what does it mean to listen to Kol Adonai? What do you mean listen to Kol Hashem? How do you listen to Kol Hashem? He says, there's one word. The word is HaMishnah. What's a Mishnah? Torah Sheba'al Peh. The words of the rabbis. He says, if you take the word HaMishnah and you spell out every letter, how do you spell out a letter? That means hey. Hey, you spell out hey, aleph. That's how you spell the letter hey. Okay? So HaMishnah. And you spell it hey, spell it mem, shin, nun, hey. It comes out to the gematria, Kol Hashem. Because when you listen to the rabbis, when you listen to Torah Sheba'al Peh, when you follow what the Mishnah says, the Gemara says, the Dur Chachmei Musar say, when you listen to your rabbi, that is the way, that's a prescription, that's the antidote, the antibiotic, that's the medicine that can heal us and make our lives so much better. And that's really what I want to talk about tonight. It's funny. Did anyone here ever go to medical school? Anyone here in medical school? Where are my doctors tonight? All my doctors are not here? Well, we have therapists over here, right? Now, what kind of therapist are you? You're a speech therapist. Now, can you do occupational therapy? You can't? No. Can you do physical therapy? You can't. Okay, good. Now, a person, by the way, there's someone called a hand therapist. You know what that is? So there's you know what that is? Me neither. Okay, anyways, so she's a hand therapist. Because you have different specialties. There are different specialties that therapists have. There are different specialties that doctors have. There are people that are pulmonologists. They're the doctors of the lungs. There are people who are hematologists. They are the doctors of the blood. They're radiologists. They're psychologists. They're podiatrists. All different types of doctors, and every single one of them focuses on a different limb, on a different body part, on a different area of medicine. But Borei Olam is a doctor. When he says, Ani Hashem Rofecha, you need no other doctors. There's no one else to consult, nowhere else to go. No one else to ask. No one else to ask. So tonight, B'ezrat Hashem, I'm going to give you just certain tidbits of medicinal advice that Borei Olam gives to us to prove to you how Borei Olam is the ultimate doctor. And if we listen to Hashem with every problem we have, with every issue that we face, with every obstacle that comes and stands in our way, and we listen to Hashem's guides, then B'ezrat Hashem, our life could be so much easier, so much better, and so much more reassuring. So let's get started. Eran, you ready? It's a nice class we have tonight. Okay. If I was to ask you, and I think we talked about this many times in this class, what is the number one cause of ailments in America? The number one reason people don't feel well. What would you say? What'd you say? Mother-in-law's. No, stress. You're right. Stress. My mother-in-law is a very nice lady, by the way, when she's sleeping. No, she really is a nice lady. Everybody ready? So hold on a second. Stress is the number one reason why people get sick. The number one causes of heart attacks, strokes, right? Well, let's understand and try to realize, what do the rabbis say about stress? Shall we? Let's go. Pasuk Mishlei writes, De'aga belev ish yashchena. Yashchena. When a person has a worry, yashchena. What's yashchena? So the Gemara comes and says two things. Number one, when a person has a worry, says the pasuk, what should he do? Yashchena mid'ato. First thing you should do is try to think of something else. Try to remove it from your mind. Something worries you. Something's agitating you. Something is stressing you. Try to get it out of your mind. Don't think about it. You know, the Bikubalim write that a person's only able to think about one thing at a time. A person can't have two thoughts at the same time. It's impossible. Nobody could think of two things at the same time. You know, my daughter Shatia B'ria once came up to me and said, Daddy, I can't. All I'm thinking about is monsters. I can't stop thinking about monsters. I said, no problem, honey. You know, you can only think of one thing at a time. Try to think of gardens. Think of flowers. Think of nice sunny things. So she starts thinking of flowers and she calms down. And then she goes, ah! I said, honey, what happened? She goes, the monsters are eating the flowers. Hey, amazing. Hey, that cute? But you can only think of one thing at the same time. You can't think of more than one thing at the same time. And therefore, says Shlomo HaMelech, the first way you can relieve your stress, don't think about it. Writes a Pelioetz. You know, there's a saying that people say, Ha'avar ayin. What happened in the past no longer exists anymore. Ve'atid adayin. Whatever is going to happen in the future, it didn't happen anymore. De'aga min ayin. Why am I worried? I can't change what happened in the past. Right? It's not malleable. It's not changeable. It's unalterable. I can't change it. So what am I stressing out for? Something that I'm not able to change. Why am I going to try to change it? It can't happen. I'm just going to hurt myself more. Ve'atid adayin. What's going to happen in the future didn't happen yet. So why am I stressing out? I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. I have no idea what's going to transpire in the future or transpire in a minute from now. So what am I getting all stressed out for? De'aga min ayin. I don't understand. And Rais Pelioetz. Well, there's two things. A person usually stresses out for one or two reasons. Either for something he could fix, or something he can't fix. So says the Pelioetz, a beautiful thing, your feet, listen to this. Says the Pelioetz, if you can fix it, fix it. And if you can't fix it, so why are you getting worried about? What are you worried about? It doesn't make any sense to me. Unbelievable. Imagine you had that ability. Person has a test. Unbelievable. You have midterms. Everybody finished their midterms today? Baruch Hashem, we're good? Everyone's good? Good. And a person, I know people who can't function with their midterms. They sit there and they study and they study and they study and they study. And after they study a little bit more. And they can't go to sleep because they're so worried about these midterms. And I turn to them and I say, what are you worried about? It's a test. You can't do anything anymore. Go to sleep. Staying up and just worrying about midterms is not going to make you do any better. It's not going to help your grade. It's not going to make you succeed anymore. So what are you stressing out for? There's no reason to stress. Who gave us this remedy? The Torah did. The doctor, the psychologist, Borei Olam is telling you, you want to relieve your stress. That's the way to do it. But wait a second. There's another opinion in the Gemara. How to relieve stress. Says the Gemara, Yasihen al-achirim. Another way to relieve stress, says the Gemara, this was over 1,000 years ago. Talk to someone. You have something that's bothering you on your chest, something that's agitating you. You have a stress that's just lingering in your mind. Talk about it. Talk about it. Relieve your stress. Let it out. Release. Talk about it. And that, in effect, will make you feel much better. Unbelievable. Again, this is a Gemara that transpired over 1,000 years ago. That's stress. Let's go to the next topic, shall we? Because I think also another element that we have many times is negativity. There are a lot of people that walk around. By the way, there's just a study that just came out. A study just came out. I read it today. And they did a study on the correlation between a person's use of technology and his level of happiness. And they saw consistently that the more I go on my phone, the more I'm attached to this, the more I listen to it, the more I watch on it, the more I talk on it, the more I text on it, the more I Snapchat on it, the more I WhatsApp on it, the more I FaceTime on it, the more I whatever. What else is there? What else is there? Snapchat I did, right? The more I'm on this, the less happy I am. Unbelievable. The more negative I am. Says Rabbi Yoshua Pirkei Avot. Rabbi Yoshua Omer, Ayin hara, v'yetzer hara, v'sinat ha'biriyut, mozin et adam min ha'olam. A person who has a bad eye. What's a bad eye? So you're right, Ayin hara, chabse chabse, bli ayin hara, whatever it is, poo poo poo. I don't know what else people do. Maybe that's Ayin hara. But I think Ayin hara is something else. Ayin hara, says the Chidah, can only be done with one eye. When you only open one eye, you can't have Ayin hara if you look with both your eyes. Ayin hara is something which is affected, something which is enacted, infused, if you use one eye. What does that mean? Very simple. A person who has a narrow view of life, a person who sees everything in a negative manner, through a negative lens, that's a person who has an Ayin hara. Everything for this person is bad. Everything is a reason to complain. Everything is a reason to be agitated, a reason to anger. That's a person who has Ayin hara. Such a person, motziin et adam min ha'olam. You can't enjoy life because everything is a reason to complain. Everything is a reason to kvetch. Everything is a reason to knit. Everything is a reason not to be happy. And I'll give you an example. There is a person that I know that all day long, she likes to complain. This woman loves to complain about everything. Okay? It's not fair. My kids, they come. It's too much for me, right? I have to do the homework with this one. I gotta go feed this one. I gotta go chase that one. I gotta go bathe that one. I gotta make sure this one's in bed. I gotta make sure this one, all her emotional needs are taken care of. And she comes and she says, Rabbi, my husband does nothing. He does nothing. He comes home from work and all day long he's on his phone and watching TV and all he wants is his dinner and to go to sleep. And I'm stuck with all the kids. So I turned to her and I said, is that really the way you view your life? You're stuck with all the kids? I said, I know thousands of ladies that are jealous of you. I know thousands of ladies who would die to have the problems you're complaining about. Who would die to have the kids that they don't have? Who would die to have the husband that they don't have? But because you're so negative, because your eye is so bad, because you look at everything with a negative view and a negative lens, you're not able to enjoy your own family. When a person's negative, you can't enjoy your life, you can't enjoy your kids, you can't enjoy your spouse, you can't enjoy your mother, you can't enjoy your parents, you can't enjoy your own brother or your own sister. You can't enjoy your house, can't enjoy your car, can't enjoy your job. So Torah, Borei Olam, the physician, the doctor, the psychologist, is telling you, you want to live a happy life? Don't have that Ayin Hara. Have something called Ayin Tova. Look at the good in everything. Look at the happiness in everything. You know, the other day, somebody came to my house, said, Rabbi, I love the last week in January. I said, you do? Why? I said, are you going away? He says, no. He says, but you know what? Everybody else did. Everybody else went away. I said, that makes you happy? He said, yes. I said, why? So he tells me, you want to know why? I'll tell you why. He says, because there's parking everywhere you go. No problem. There's no traffic. I think even the meter maids are on vacation. No one's around. It's unbelievable. He says, I could pop out of my bed, right? Get into my car 4 minutes before shul starts. And I'm guaranteed to get a spot. I said, unbelievable. I could sit in the shul wherever I want. Even in your chair. I said, don't you dare. Okay. Uh-huh. But he was able to take a circumstance in his life, an episode, and see the good in it. This guy lives the best life. Because everything in his life is cheerful. Ayin Tova. The Pasuk writes, Ayin Tova, hu yeborach. Someone has a good eye. He's always going to be blessed. Who says so? The doctor. Ki ani Adonai rofecha. Borei Olam says, I'm your doctor. I know how it works. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to my advice. Listen to my guidance. Take it from me. Take the prescription and act it. And it will enhance and improve your life. Unbelievable. Shall you hear what I'm saying? An important idea. Great. 1 second. The Yechot Tzadikim says how important it is in a marriage to be a positive person. Listen to what the Yechot Tzadikim says. Ahavat Nashim, loving my wife. Why do I have to love my wife? For what reason? Please tell me. No, right? Tell me why. Listen what the Yechot Tzadikim says. Here we go. Ahavat Nashim tiyeh al derech zeh, she'achshov she'i batzilato min hachet. Look, she saves me from sin. She makes me go to shul. She makes sure I get up every morning. She makes sure that I'm praying. She makes sure that I don't scream at my parents. She makes sure that I deal with my kids properly. She raises my children. You know, the other day, we had Shabbaton. Did I tell you this story? So we had Shabbaton in Deal. And we went to my in-laws. They were gracious enough. They opened up the house to all of my boys. Saturday night, I came home with my kids, with my boys, my students. But my family didn't come back until Sunday. Sunday night, they came back. So all of a sudden, I get up Shabbat on Sunday morning, and I'm by myself. It's me and my son. And I'm looking around. No one's there. No problem. I'm going to go to work. Okay? My stuff is all over the place. My jacket on one side, and my shirt on the other side, my tie on the chandelier, whatever it is. And I go to work. And I come back from work. And I'm smelling the lunch. Mafi lunch. Where's the lunch? And I take a look, and on the chandelier is my tie. And on the you must think I'm a slum. And on the chair is my jacket and my shirt. And then I realized, oh my gosh, who does this for me every week? My wife. My wife takes care of me every single. By the way, it's hard to take care of me. Okay, I ain't no easy guy. So I give my wife a lot of credit. And she does it every week with no fail. Every week with no complaints. So the next time I have a claim against my wife, I get angry at my wife, agitated, upset. God is saying, think of the reasons why you love her. What are the reasons that you appreciate her? What does she do for you? That will make Shalom Bayit. God is also a, what do you call it? A marriage coach. Look at that. But wait a second. What about jealousy? Says the Mishnah Pirkei Avot, another Mishnah. Hakina ve'atava ve'akavod motzin adam min ha'olam. When I have a jealousy, it also does not allow me to enjoy my life. When I'm a jealous person, again, who's saying so? Your physician, your doctor. People walk around all day long. What does he have? I hate going to restaurants with people like that. Ever go to a restaurant with a person always wants to know what everyone else has? Shema Yisrael. I know a person who doesn't know how to order. For the life of them. Okay? What would you like? What are you doing? What do you want to eat? Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. You're going to fall off the chair. What are you doing? Well, where are you going? Okay, I want breaded chicken. Breaded chicken. You sure? Yeah, it's breaded chicken. Right down breaded chicken. Goes to, all of a sudden the person's walking out, has 2 filet steak. Excuse me. Yeah, what do you want? Is it too late to change my order? What do you want? I want 2 filet steak. 2 filet steak? 2 filet steak. Okay, fine. 2 filet steak. Oh, goes inside. 5 seconds later, the guy comes out with breaded chicken. What happened? The Jews Zeytouneh. She's crazy. She don't know how to eat dinner. She's not happy with anything she has. The worst is when she gets the food and then she wants to change it. That's the worst. Because jealousy does not allow her to enjoy what she has. Whether it's a plate of food, her home, the car she drives, the yeshiva she sends her kids to, where she's going on vacation. So my doctor is telling me, you want to live a happy life? Stop the jealousy. Don't be jealous. Why? God, it doesn't make sense. I am God, I'm your doctor, and I'm telling you, I created jealousy, and I know how to take it away. Ani Hashem Rofecha. 1 second. Borei Olam is also our dating coach. Because Borei Olam also tells us how to date, who to marry, and who not to marry. There's a pasuk in Mishlei. Pasuk says like this, Perek Kaf Aleph. Tov shevet be'eretz midbar meshed midhanim v'cha'as. It's better to go live alone in the wilderness. Take yourself, take your bags, go live in the midbar. And don't marry an angry person. Because a person who has anger, it's better to live alone. Now let's understand and analyze this pasuk. Gemara Masechet Ta'anit writes, O chabruta o mituta. A person who has no friends, a person who has no companionship, it's better he should be dead. Death is better than loneliness. And yet, the pasuk writes, but if you have to pick between living in the desert alone, which is essentially death, because death is being alone, or marrying someone who's angry, go live in the desert. Unbelievable. Who's saying this? God, it doesn't make sense. Isn't it better to be with anybody, even though they're angry once in a while? God says no. And God says, and I'm your doctor. And I'm telling you what's good for you. Are you going to listen or do it your own way? Are you going to listen to the doctor? Are you going to take the prescription? Are you going to fill the prescription? Are you going to take the medicine? Are you going to feel better? Are we steadfast, stubborn, in our own ways, unwavering, to live a better life? By the way, there's another Gemara. Everyone knows this Gemara. Gemara was Baba Batra, Kuf Yod Amud Bet. And the Gemara over there writes, let me read it to you. Amud Bet first. Says the Gemara, Amar Bilazar, Olam Yidbak Adam Betovim. Always marry into good families. Why? Shere Moshe Sharasa Bat Yitro Yatsa Minu Yonatan. Ve'Aaron Sharasa Bat Aminadav Yatsa Minu Pinchas. Aaron married who? Nachshon's sister. Pinchas came from there. Moshe married Yitro's daughter. Yonatan came from there. Yonatan was a Kohen for Avodah Zarah. Moshe Rabbeinu's grandson. Just be careful who you marry. Be careful for the family. Amar Rabba, Hanosei isha tzich shivdok be'achia. A person who marries a woman, always check who the brother is. Why? Very carefully. Ready? Sherov banim be'achia. Most children end up like the mother's brother. Now I thought that's impossible. When I thought about it, I said, no way. My son's going to be like her brother? Of course not. He's going to want to be like me. I'm so macho and handsome. No? And guess what? My son, Shiabari, is a spitting image of his uncle. Unbelievable. My daughter's son, Hazit, is a little Zeytouneh. Okay? Poor kid. So you got to be careful. Who says? The doctor. Borei Olam. Borei Olam is telling you how to date, who to date, how to be happy, how to retain that happiness, how to make sure that you capsulize it, how to make sure you live it. Borei Olam, the doctor, is in. He's here at all times. He never takes off. We just got to listen to him. What about physical health? Well, Rav Chaim Kanievsky comes and says, and we said this for sure a couple of weeks ago, that let's say a person has an ailment. He has a pain. What should he do? How do you get rid of the pain? So Rav Chaim says, Chaim hem emotzaim. Torah is Chaim. It's marpeh lechol, but it's not marpeh. What do? He says, listen, person has a hand ache. Your hand hurts. Person breaks his hand. He burns his hand. Go find a piece of Torah that discusses the hand and learn it. And the pain will go away. Unbelievable. Person has a leg ache. Go and analyze a piece of Gemara that deals with legs. And the pain will go away. Person has a mother-in-law. No, she's not going away. No, she go away. To Florida. She go on vacation. Okay? Who says so? Where'd it come from? Borei Olam. Your physician gave you that postscript. Gave you that prescription. Gave you that advice. Are you going to listen to your doctor? Are you going to listen to your physician? What about breakfast? Unbelievable. Breakfast. You know, people call breakfast for champion. Breakfast is the most important part of the day. Breakfast is the best, the most important, most essential meal of the day. Who says so? Some guy in the FDA? Who says so? Dietitians? No. You know who says so? The Gemara Masechet Baba Kama, Daf Tzadik Ben Amud Bet, comes and writes that there are many, many sicknesses that a person can get. And how do you get rid of them? Well, let's read it. Ready? Here we go. 83 חולאים יש במחלה. בגימטריה הכי אהבו. The word מחלה is Gematria 83. There's 83 types of sicknesses. וכולן פת במלח שחרית וקיטון שמיים מבטלן. You want to get rid of these 83 sicknesses? Eat bread in the morning and water. Bread and water. Breakfast. Every morning. Gets rid of all these sicknesses. Who says so? God. How does he know? What do you mean, how does he know? He created the sicknesses. He creates the remedies. He creates the antibiotics. He creates the solvents. He creates the antidotes. But are you going to listen to Borei Olam? Are you going to listen to Hashem? Ki ani Hashem rovecha. It doesn't make sense. God, it doesn't make sense. The rabbi's right. Ma'anirach, yani hema. Again, a pasuk in Mishlei. When you talk quietly, it calms you down. It doesn't make sense. If anything, if I get off my chest, I'm going to scream. That's going to make me feel better. Are you listening to yourself or listening to God? I don't understand. Who said? Does it make sense? Well, can I ask you a question? Ladies and gentlemen, you only do things that make sense? Person has a headache. What does he do? He takes a small little pill, the size of my fingernail. It's bitter like anything, and he swallows it. Doesn't even chew on it, just swallows it. Does it make sense? No. Why do you do it? Because it works. Oh. So not because it makes sense. Because it works. And you want to know why you listen to Borei Olam? Not because it makes sense. Because it works. Because Borei Olam says, I am He who created the world. Baruch Shamar ve'ayah ha'olam. Everything in this world was created by God Almighty. By Hashem Yitbarach. So God knows what makes it tick. God knows what makes it work. God knows how to improve it, how to make it great, how to make it successful. Are you going to listen to God? That's the message of Borei Olam right after Kriyat Yam Suf. That's the message that God was imparting on Bnei Yisrael by Marah. V'ayam shamar tishma lekol v'aylecha, just listen to me. Kol machalash esadim eMitzrayim lo asim alecha, you'll never ever suffer anything that those Egyptians suffered. Because I am Borei Olam. I'm your doctor. I'm your physician. I created the ailment, and I could rid you of that ailment. I could give you the cure, the antidote, the medicine, to make sure that your life is such a beautiful life, one filled with happiness, glee and joy, felicity, with true alacrity, clearness, clarity, and a life of ultimate beracha. But I got to listen to my doctor. It's such a shame when a person takes a prescription. He takes it and puts it in his pocket. Never goes to the pharmacist, never fills it. And it's a shame, even a bigger shame. You know, once a person came to me, doctor, and he gave me 1,000 pills. 1,000 pills. Little tiny pills. And he says, for the rest of your life, you have to take these pills. The rest of your life. I said, why? He says, I got a lot of canker sores. I got sores in my mouth. I talk too much, that's why. He said, you have a problem, something. For the rest of your life, you have to take this tiny little pill. So in the beginning, I was excited. No more canker sores. So I took the prescription, and I went to the pharmacist, and I filled it. I got 1,000 little pills. I'm sure they're sketching me. Who sat there and counted 1,000 little pills? Deborah, you have time? I'll bring it to you later. 1, 2. Can you count? You can count to 1,000, no? You're not sure? Okay, fine. We'll test you later. Okay? 1 second. You know how many pills I took? I'll let you know when I start. Never took? Do I still get canker sores? Yeah, once in a while. But it's a canker sore. No big deal. But if I have the prescription to be happy in life, no more stress, no more jealousy, no more headaches, to pick the right shidduch, to make sure that I have the right zivug, shalom bayit, and it's all from the one who's guaranteeing success. And the prescription is right here. It's in this book. It's in this sefer. And all I got to do is open it up and read it and follow its guides. Why wouldn't I? Let's start today, Be'ezrat Hashem, filling up those prescriptions. Let's start taking a look at what's written inside the book. Let's start doing what's written inside the book. And by fulfilling Borei Olam's guides and commands, by following his advice, the doctor will make sure not only that I get healed from the sicknesses I do have, but he'll make sure that I'll never get the sicknesses I don't have. Let's start tonight. And Be'ezrat Hashem, if we do, every facet, pulmonary, digestive, stress, psychological, emotional, hair, maybe there's something for that too, right? All of our problems will be solved for once and for all. Let's get started tonight. And Be'ezrat Hashem, by next week, already, we will see such a difference in our lifestyle, such a difference in the way and the manners that we conduct our daily days. And Be'ezrat Hashem, by doing so, our daily activities, our relationships, and our general outlook on life will become so much more full of tremendous blessings. I thank you so much for listening to me. Baruch Adonai L'olam. Amen ve'amen.